So I know a few people are trying to get into skateboarding. My boys are interested in skateboarding, so I figured I'd put a few tutorials together for beginners to learn how to skate. And we'll start with putting the board together. So we will start with a few components of the board. You got the deck. This deck is a Death Wish board. It's a mini, which means it's a 7.3 inches wide by 29.5 inches long. Most boards are about 31 inches, between 725 to 825. So this is a mini and this is the normal board. As you can see, not much difference, honestly, but I'm building it for my 9-year-old. So we got a smaller deck for him. On top of the deck comes grip tape. We'll be adding some grip tape to it. Just your typical Jessup grip tape, nothing fancy. You got some tensor trucks. Inside the trucks you have your kingpin, bushings. This is the top of your truck. Got to go obviously underneath. We're not actually adding these, but I wanted to include them. These are risers. This will eliminate stress cracks. Well, not will eliminate, but it'll help prevent stress cracks, especially if you're a heavier guy, such as myself. Some wheels, some mini logo wheels, and some mini logo bearings. So with everything, this is everything you need to build a skateboard. Alright, so we're going to start by gripping the top of the board. Alright, so I'm going to do something a little extra. I'm going to cut out this Death Wish on the back of the board. I like to indicate the back from the front somehow, some way, so when you're just looking at the top of it, you know. And I really like the way that looks, so I'm going to cut all that. I'm going to grip from here back, from here forward. I'm going to start by cutting the grip around in that area. I'm using a pair of junk scissors. If you're cutting just a straight line out of the board, like I'm just going to cut this out, I'm not too worried about how straight this line is here, because I'm just going to flip the ends of the grip tape and do it like that. So I'm going to start with the back first. Peel the entire backing off the grip tape. Now, mind you, this is extremely sticky. So once it starts being applied, it's pretty much there. Press down here first, start in the middle, work your way back. This will help eliminate air bubbles, and then go out to the sides. Pressing down. Grab yourself a screwdriver, and you're basically just going to rub the sides of these all the way around so there's a nice crisp line. Once you have your line, be extremely careful, maybe with adult supervision. Grab yourself a sharp blade or a razor, and you're going to start cutting the edge of the grip tape. In this little area right here. Actually, it's not that too bad. It's not that bad. Alright, and to help seal this, make sure you close your blade. Help seal the grip. Fold your excess grip that you just cut off over, and you'll basically just sand this area down. To help keep the grip flat to your board, and it'll prevent it from peeling up if it gets caught. The board chips, sorry, it's going to come up with the board, but it'll help you from eliminating it. Now we'll do the front end. Get rid of this. Grab your other piece. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna start from back here. And that's how you grip a board. All right, next we're gonna put the bearings in the wheels and the wheels on the trucks. So we'll start here with the wheels. These wheels are slightly smaller, 56 millimeters. No, they're normal size wheels. These trucks are shortly smaller from end to end, just because it's going on a mini board. So these aren't your typical 7.5 to 8-inch trucks. Just kidding. There we go. So on each end of the truck you have a bolt and two washers. You see those? Look like I have an eyebrow piercing. All right. So you take one wheel, and each wheel gets 2 bearings. Press it in, both sides. Now, you're not gonna be able to hand press those in, so you use the end of the truck. Pop it in, push it as far as you can, flip it. You should feel it slide. Put it in. Now, one wheel done. Go ahead and do all the wheels at the same time. To the wheels, we'll start putting the wheels on the board, or on the trucks. So washer, wheel goes with the info out. Wheel, washer, nut. Washer, wheel. Now, when you tighten these down, you don't want to sink them super tight. You want to go all the way down until it feels snug and about a half a turn back. So down until you feel snug, the wheel doesn't move, it doesn't turn either, and about a half a turn back. And you have your trucks ready to go on your board. All right, one thing I don't think I mentioned before is hardware. Hardware is just 8 bolts and nuts that go onto to hold the trucks onto the board. As I said before, we're actually not adding the risers because this is going for my 9-year-old and he's not going to need them for the stress cracks. I'm gonna add these to my deck later. So we've gripped the board. Can you see the holes for the trucks? No, you can't. So the way I like to do this is to find a Phillips head screwdriver that's small enough to fit through the holes and press just enough that I see the poke. You don't want to poke too far because you don't want to pull the grip tape up, but you do that for all 4 of the holes. And come to the front. And press through. Most hardware all comes black, but you can get some fancier. So for example, if we didn't cut this piece out of the grip tape to show the back from the front. You can take a single piece of hardware that's colored. You can have multiple as well. You'd put it in one of your areas to indicate whether it's the front or the back. So we don't really need this because we have this, but I'm going to add this here just to also indicate in the back of the board. When you put your trucks on, your trucks go with the kingpin facing each other inside. Bolt, truck. Your very first one, don't tighten down too much because you may need some wiggle room to find the rest of the holes. So if you want, you can actually finish this with a screwdriver and a pair of pliers. I'm going to be using a drill, a pair of channel locks, vice grips, whatever. Basically, I'm just going to grip one of the nuts. It's too tight. Then you don't want to strip the screw head, but at the same sense, you want to get it tight enough that the screw head does sink down a little bit into the board. I don't know if you can tell the difference there. So let me do one to where it's tight but not sunk down. So that's tight. See the difference how that's sticking up? You could possibly get caught on the bottom of your foot. If you're doing flicks or ollies, you could throw the board by getting it stuck on your shoe. So you want it just a little bit sunk. Just like that. Do not want that. Luckily it's on the back of the board, so it's not going to cause too much of a problem, except if he decides to skate switch or yeah, fakie, it's going to be a problem. The way to get that out is to hopefully be able to, it's sunk tight enough here that this bolt will loosen and we can replace the piece of hardware, or it literally has to be cut out of it. And that's just by not having enough pressure applied to the drill well. So with that being said, that's your complete board. That is your complete board. So that's it for building your complete board. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you liked the video, please like, think about subscribing and sharing if anyone needs help putting this board together. Next video, I'll probably strip some grip tape off the board that I want to do and regrip it, and then maybe we'll learn how to skate, tic-tac, ollie, or some basic tricks to get you started. Thanks, guys.